Open to forcing employers to convert casual to permanent staff after 6 months. That makes sense. Does it? I don't know. Labor open to forcing employers to convert casuals to permanent staff after 6 months. Companies do like to keep a lot of employees as temporary. Labor says it would consider forcing employers to turn casuals to permanent staff after 6 months, halving the amount of conversion time ordered by the Fair Work Commission earlier this year. Seems like there's already a limit, like 1 year. In comments that are set to further inflame tensions between labor and business groups as they kickstart another year of battle over industrial relations, the opposition's employment spokesman, Brendan O'Connor, accused some employers of being their own worst enemy. They employ hundreds of casuals and then they wonder why the turnover in their workplace or business is so high. One of the reasons why turnover happens so quickly is because people cannot live indefinitely in work that's so precarious. I mean, all of that is true, but if there's already a limit of 1 year, what's the logic for going to 6 months and not 3 months? To me, it sounds like 1 year is decent enough. If you have somebody on your temporary payroll for 1 year, you gotta make them permanent, or let them go. Business groups have slammed at the proposal, warning that such a move would make staff management impractical, particularly in areas such as hospitality, retail, and healthcare, where up to 1 in 5 employees are casual workers. Workplace regulations should provide protection against unreasonable or unfair working conditions, but it should not create a barrier to employment for those who need flexibility to enter the workforce. I mean, for a change, I think I'm on the side of the business community on this one. If there's already a limit of 1 year, it seems like there is. If that's the case, if not, then obviously you need to have a limit. Is that mentioned somewhere? The underemployment rate for young Australians reached a 3-decade high of 7.9% in May. That may be the trigger for going from 6 months to from 1 year to 6 months. The union had argued that a significantly large category of workers were being employed as casuals, despite their pattern of work reflecting those of permanent employees. The ACTU won the right for employees to ask to be made permanent after 12 months, so that's the limit that they were referring to initially, but also gave employers the right to reasonably refuse the request. What does it mean? The won the right for employees to ask to be made permanent after 12 months. Okay, so basically either you gotta make them permanent or you gotta let them go. Let's see. What does the comment say? Why not give casuals the choice to become permanent after 6 months? If they prefer to stay casual, so be it. My own experience is the practice of keeping employees on casual terms when they would rather be permanent is endemic across many industries. My own experience is the practice of keeping employees on casual terms when they would rather be permanent. That's what they're saying though, dags. That's why for years union fought that after 3 months employees be made full-time. Howard changed the rules when they won control of both houses. Giving people job security will enable them to get car loans, mortgages easier. Being full-time may give them more confidence to spend boosting the economy and business profits. All of that is well and good and true, but I don't know what the reasonable timeline is to me. I've worked mostly in USA, and I don't think there is such a timeline in most jobs over there. So having a 1 year deadline for the employers to decide one way or another seems like a decent timeline for me, from my perspective. Well, let's see what the comments are saying. As a full-time uni student starting a double degree next year, I'm going to add this to my list of stupid things politicians say. I'm fine with casual hours filling in the spare free hours that I have. Makes sense. Most people want the choice denied in many instances. It may suit you to be casual, but for people that want to take out loans, it's a lot harder. Oh, and I expect most people want the correct rate of pay and not some fly cash in hand underpayment. I think so. On the flip side, like after 6 months, if you still want to continue casual work, it seems like you cannot. And that, I think that's what the first guy was saying. Dab, I believe Dabs. 6 months is just too short, I guess, for that fork in the road to make a decision this way or that way for the employer. That's just my feeling. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.